Today, I will interview a person who have joined a lot of community program. So, sir, before that, can you introduce yourself and your background first?
Okay, thank you. Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Yusri bin Ismail. I'm a student in UPSI in Bachelor in Advertising with Honor, and I'm also a civil defense volunteer.
Okay, sir. Next question. Can you share with me a little bit about the community program that you have done?
Okay. Among the community program, I have participated in a community service program with indigenous people and the relief of flood victims.
What kind of challenge that you have faced during community program?
Okay. The challenge faced in the community program is term of communicate in understanding the situation and the problem that they are facing. This is my challenge.
Okay, how you cope or adapt with that challenge?
Okay, for the challenge, the way I can overcome this challenge is to deal with the abuses, and I try to be in the situation they are in the, and in this way I can provide the help that they need.
Okay, sir. In your perspective, what does wellness mean to you?
Okay, awareness is when someone aware of and making choice toward an healthy lifestyle and apa tu? Free from disease.
I want to ask you another question.
Okay.
How can you relate the community program with wellness?
Okay, as a civil defense volunteer, we are trained to provide information and to disaster victims, such as a flood victim, to recover their emotion. As we know, the victim of this disaster will be under severe emotional stress. So we give a further to give us everything they have, and everything and help.
Okay, sir. The last question.
Okay.
Based on your experience, is there any activity that you had joined has impact your life quality?
Okay, yes. Based on my experience, okay, I get the impact of the program I participate in was the I was more able to interact with the public, and I was able to use my experience while running the community program as a passion for helping people in needs.
So thank you for your time,
Okay.
and that's all. Thank
Okay.
you.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. I'm Farah. I'm from Group 6 of Positive Psychology, and today I would like to interview you about community program that you had joined and wellness. Okay, so firstly I will start with can you introduce yourself and your background?
Okay, so Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Nur Marhama. I'm from psychology student, semester 5. I'm from Johor Bahru, Johor, and that's it.
Okay. Okay. Next is can you share with me a little bit about the community program that you had joined before?
To speaking about community program, like in UPSI itself, I joined various kind of programs, but recently, or maybe the highest achievement or accomplishment that I have gained through community program is I have become the director of the program of this one activity.
Okay. So can you share with me?
That program has been conducted in like Aborigines village in Batang Padang, which is near Tanjung Malim, and we conducted in the village and also involving the school, which is SK Post Mercy.
Okay, I see. So what kind of challenge that you have faced during the program?
So as a director, I have to manage everything from the paperwork to the venue to the activities and the participants. So I think the challenges would be to accommodate or to serve the needs of the villages or the participants of the program.
I see. Okay, next, how can you adopt or cope with that challenges?
So to adapt with these challenges, I think it's pretty hard at first because we need to like identify or know what is the roots of the problem itself. So as for me, I have to like ask the main agents of the problem, which is the participants. So what they need in the program. So in order to like to solve that problem, I have to refer back to my lecturers and be the mediator of the problem
I
itself.
see. Okay. So, in your perspective, what does wellness means to you?
Wellness can be a subjective definition, but as a psychology student, I think wellness is something that relates to health, the benefits of the community, whether it is in economic aspect, in social aspect, interpersonal aspect. Yeah.
Okay. So, how can you relate the community program with the wellness?
Yeah, so how to relate with it, we conduct various programs that accommodate or serve the wellness of the community. For example, we provide like mini tuition to support their education since they are lacking of education there, and we also provide them with foods, like we provide them for every kind of meals from breakfast to dinner for that 3 days 2 nights.
Oh, I see. Okay. So, how does the community program promote individual wellness for yourself?
For me, individual wellness also can be subjective, but in that program, I think the most important thing is how the individual develop their skills, their knowledge, and as well as their empathy towards people that in need. Because there we help the aborigines villages, right? So they are like lacking, and compared with us, we are much way better from our economic status, our what we wear, what we eat. So in order to help them, it develops our values.
Okay. So, last question for today. Based on your experience, is there any activity that you had joined which has impact in your life quality?
Like in your life, but
Yes, in your life quality.
here you mean?
Yep. So like how that experience had either it improved your life quality or not. So,
Okay. So referring to that program itself, it definitely give impact to my life quality, especially when I can see like even we as student may help like a community, like aborigines community that is definitely like we are not really aware of them. So I think we can develop sense of gratitude, sense of helping each other out, and also altruism aspect, because maybe we are not able to help them as an individual, but when we are together in one community itself, we can help other community itself. So we need to I learned that elements through the program.
okay. Well, that's all from me, and I thank you so much for today.
Okay, hi, Miss Izati. How are you today?
Okay, hi, and I'm doing good, thank you.
Okay, first, can you introduce yourself and a little bit of your background?
Hi. Okay, my name is Nur Izzati binti Muhammad Zaidi, and I'm psychology student, semester 5. Okay, so and currently I'm holding the position of as Naib Yang Dipertua 1 for Psych Committee 1920.
Oh, so you are involving. Okay, so you are involving in site committee, right?
Yes.
Then can I know for how many semester or for how many years that you are involving with the committee?
Okay, so if including this semester, it will be 3 semesters in total that I've been joining the committee of psychology.
Oh, it's great. Then for the first question,
Okay.
can you share with me a little bit about a community program that you had joined before? Okay, can you share with me a little bit about the community program that you had joined before? Okay, so can you share with me a little bit about the community program that you had joined before?
Okay, so like the most community program that I can remember is like the community program that I joined during the course of forensic psychology,
Yeah.
which we engage with the community in spreading about mental health. I mean mental illness issue.
Okay. So, what kind of challenge that you face during that community program?
Okay, so the challenge that I faced during that time is actually that we can see that actually that the community itself is actually not aware the mental illness that we have in Malaysia currently, which on that day we spreading the awareness on pedophilia.
Oh,
Yeah.
great.
And sadly, it's like the committee of that place, the parents itself, like they don't even know what does pedophilia means actually. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, how can you adapt or cope with that challenges in that situation?
Okay, so like as I said earlier, the challenge that I face is like the parents doesn't know the awareness on the pedophilia, what is pedophilia mean. So like
How you adapt it?
how I adapt with it is like actually I just keep on telling them, like give them the educational talk. Not educational talk, like I mean not that the formal way of educational talk, but I just give saying to them like the awareness on it, like okay, so like the definition of this what you should know when your kids are having this, like that, like you need to teach them about the safe touch, unsafe touch and all that. So like I just give them like at least the general knowledge of it.
The general knowledge about the pedophilia, right?
Yeah, because I'm tackling the issue on spreading the awareness since the parents doesn't know on it, so I giving them the knowledge.
So, can I know how's the reaction when you are approaching them?
Like it can be said that sadly their reactions like like the muka 20 sen.
Oh,
Like-
so like they ignoring you.
Yeah, like I don't give a damn on this. Like why should I know about this when actually like it's actually about their children's safety.
Okay, then we move to another question.
Okay.
Okay, in your perspective, what does wellness means to you?
Okay, so wellness means to me is like almost the same definition with well-being, because like well-being it means that we experience the happiness and prosperity, which we achieve what we want in our life and we actually enjoy our life. It's like that. And then we have the good mental health, which everything is completely good in ourselves, from physically, emotionally, mentally and all that.
Okay, so from the from your story that you had told before that about your community program of spreading about the awareness of pedophilia, so how can you relate that community program with the wellness?
Okay, how I think it promotes the wellness of individual. Okay. So like for in my opinion, like some of us we actually have lack of self-esteem.
Yeah.
So like actually if you lack of the confidence, courage and all that, it's hard for us to achieve the wellness of ourselves. So actually the community, when you engage with the community,
Yeah.
it helps you to boost your self-esteem and all that, until at one point you are actually enjoying doing work with the community and it enhance your well-being, since you are learning that what they give to you, you give it back to them. So like it actually in that way can help to increase your prosperity, I think so.
Oh, so I agree with you that what we should give more to the community in order to get the prosperity for ourselves, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so next we move to the another question. Okay, how does the community program promote the individual wellness? Okay, so how does the community program promote the individual wellness on your perspective? Okay.
Okay, so in my perspective, like you see community programs, so like for me, I think it's not only the program itself, but the community actually can promote the wellness of an individual when it comes to social support.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
social
because
support.
as we know, social support is very important, because you know, like nowadays, like we have the trending issue on cyberbullying, all that. So like when actually the issue we could not tackle, so it hard for the individual to have the wellness. You understand what I mean? Ke nak cakap Malay lah?
Boleh lah.
Okay, so in my opinion, actually yang social support ni dia membantu lah untuk wellness seseorang tu, since kita pun tahu yang even macam kita tu macam Dr. Amalina kan, dia macam even dia high educated pun tapi dia tak dapat social support tu, dia still macam in my opinion dia susah untuk capai wellness dia, since kita tahu yang macam untuk kita capai wellness ni ialah bila social bagi kat kita, kita bagi balik kat social. Okay, macam tu kan. So macam contohnya case Dr. Amelina tu, dia macam netizen ni macam bila kita orang educated cuba cakap something, kita ni yang netizen ni mandai je cakap macam dia ni salah, sedangkan dia ni educated. Kita menidakkan pandangan seseorang tu. So macam dalam case ni susah lah untuk kita capai wellness tu. So jadinya in my opinion actually that social support is really important, not instead of we judging someone and all that.
So we can't do the works or activities by ourselves. We should do it together and give the support for each other. To make the community work more efficient.
Yeah, right? Because we should not be so individualistic in this country, because we are living in Malaysia, so we are familiar with the collectivism. So yeah.
Okay, and for the last question, based on your experience, is there any activity that you had joined has impact on your life quality? Any of it? Do you remember?
If like not to be specified with community program, is I can say like with the program that I actually help, because like in the site committee I was given a chance to do an event in which I actually help people to know more about psychology. So actually that event gave me some impact, since you know like nowadays it's a trending about people knowing about psychology. I mean the psychology knowledge with like personality and all that. Mental disorder, because right now it's a trend for depression and all that. So when I handle that program, it actually give me a satisfaction in which like, me as a psychology student, I give the ilmu to the non-psychology students. So I feel that even give me an impact on my life. Yeah.
Oh, so like you love to share the knowledge with each other, especially about the psychological knowledge.
Yeah,
right?
because
you want to spread the psychological knowledge that you learn to the others, so that they will share it with another person.
Yeah,
right?
because it's a satisfaction, since nowadays we have a lot of pseudo-psycho. So it's like we need to educate those people instead of believing on the pseudo-psycho, because actually we have the real fact why they are believing on the pseudo, when we have the actual fact. Like
Okay, that's all from me. Thank you, Ms. Izzati, for being my participant in this interview.
Alright, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. So today I'm going to interview someone. So this is my interviewee. So hi.
Hi.
Can you introduce yourself and background first?
Yeah, sure. Okay, my name is Alima Nazira binti Azrin. I'm psychology student, semester 5, and I'm from Kuala Lumpur.
Okay. Can you share with me a little bit about community program that you had joined before this?
Oh yes, I have joined many community program before this. There's a lot of type of community program that involve in community. There's one community program that which I go in Terengganu, where we conserve about turtles. I mean like penyu.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What kind of challenge that you face during the community program? Any challenge that you face?
Challenge that I face during the community program is the communication. I once joined a community program where we went to orang asli, kampungan orang asli, where the communication skills and their type, what gonna talk with them is quite challenge to me.
It's difficult to communicate with them.
Yes, others is their lifestyle. We need to adapt with that surrounding.
So how you adapt or cope with that challenge?
For me, I try to talk with them, whether in bahasa isyarat or something that we just go with it lah. Just try to adapt with it. Try if I cannot speak, there must be someone else that can speak for me.
So they understand what you say.
Yes.
Okay, in your perspective, what does wellness means to you?
Wellness means our health.
Our health.
Yes, I think so.
What you elaborate sikit.
Wellness means how we adapt with. I mean, like, what is our health mean? How we do means our lifestyle. That's something like that.
So how you can relate with the community program with wellness?
Oh yes, community program does help in wellness because of when we go do what community program, we engage in people, we see different lifestyle, we become more active in contributing to the community.
Based on your opinion, how does the community program can promote the individual wellness?
Okay. Yes, it's promote our individual because of when we join the community program, we see others people problem. We see the community problem. Then we can relate to ourselves, our inner self, our individual self, and become more grateful, and become more acceptance whatever problems that come in our life.
Okay, the last question. Based on your experience, is there any activity that you had joined before this has impact on life quality?
Yes. This one, just like I said before, I joined one program in Terengganu, where we try to conserve the batu karang, and we go to see the penyu and everything. We went there. We have, we can in that program I can see how see people go survive themselves. I see got my we got adopted. We have our adopted parent. That's life quality for me lah. They are happy even though they are not rich. For me lah, there's one family that's I think quite poor, but then they are happy. They are a happy family.
They can survive their life.
Yes, and they're quite healthy. I mean, like the wellness, they happy with their life.
Okay, thank you for your cooperation to answer my questions.
Okay, thank you.
I begin to